Hey everyone, sorry for the weird angle. I'm gonna go ahead and change it so you guys can see. So this is a random video. Yeah. It's just like I was thinking about it, and I kind of like don't like my math teacher, and a lot of people don't like. They say they don't like their math teacher. I hate my math teacher personally, not because he does math. I used to love my math teacher last year. Last year, my math teacher was amazing, and I loved him so much. His personality was great, and he knew how to help his students. My new math teacher, on the other hand, I can't really say the same. He's not as, like, he plays around a lot, but, like, not as my other teacher did, and he doesn't understand what's going on. So, sorry if my hair looks like greasy. It's not. I just put water in it to hold it down. I don't use gel or anything like that to hold my hair down. I just use water and, you know, spray it in there, hold it down. But it is just so, like, it aggravates me so much. I have really bad anxiety, especially when it comes to loud crowds and, like when I'm, like, overstimulated. I can get overstimulated by a lot of things, loud sounds, things like that, and just like a bunch of people talking at once, including like a bunch of people talking at once, which is what was happening when my math teacher was talking and other kids in the classroom were talking. I'm not trying to throw my school out and say that their teachers are horrible. I have to do this because, you know, it makes me feel more comfortable. I get overstimulated by clothing textures and like sounds and sometimes words. I don't even know if I'm on the autism spectrum. I don't even know if I have ADHD. I have not been diagnosed with anything. And I don't want to be the person to say, I'm self-diagnosed, because that's just, but I don't even know if I have autism. I'm pretty sure I do have ADHD, and I do have trichotillomania mania. Obviously, if you don't know what that is, it is a disorder where you pick at hair due to the feeling of relief or stress, and that's the two reasons. But, like, yeah, I wish my teacher would understand the difference between making a fuss out of everything and being sensitive and overstimulated. He put me at the front of the classroom, which I'm perfectly okay with. I don't care if I was anywhere in the classroom. My spot does not make me feel, you know, but it does make me closer to him, and therefore he asked me more questions, and, you know, that's okay, I guess. But one thing he doesn't understand is he doesn't understand that I can get overstimulated very easily. And one of the ways that he aggravates me, this is the second day in a row that he has aggravated me. The first time he had done it is, I had a problem I didn't know how to do. And it has something to do with the x-axis, the y-axis. It's not that kindergarten stuff. It's like a shape that was, I don't know. Okay, this is hurting my head. It was a shape that was, I forgot. But it was a very complicated shape, and you had to figure out all the, oh my god, my brain is just completely forgetting everything. But you had to, you know, find the thing of each point, the x and y axis of each point. I forgot what that was called. It starts with R, I know that, but I forgot. Sorry if I sniffed my hand. I think I just smelled lunch from earlier. Sorry, I have long nails and things get stuck under it. I know it's gross, but that happened, and I was literally crying in front of him because I did not understand why he was raising his voice at me. He was literally raising his voice. He was like, "What do you not understand about this? You need to ask me an actual question." I was literally stuttering as I was speaking, and I do stutter sometimes, but I usually don't stutter at all. I only stutter when I'm really nervous or too afraid to speak. And what was happening was, like, he was like yelling at me. He was like, you keep lying to yourself. You keep telling yourself you can do this, but you can't. Stop lying to yourself. And he was literally laughing. He said, stop lying to yourself. And I'm like, I know how to do this. I just need help with this part of the problem. And he's like, that's not a question. Talk to me when you have a real question. And I was sitting there and crying right in front of him. And obviously I was feeling very overstimulated and very uncomfortable. And I didn't want to talk to him. And I think you can see I kind of ripped my thumbnails. They were not this short. They were like this long. I ripped them off because I was so incredibly nervous. And then after class, he said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to overstimulate you. I was just trying to figure out a new technique to help you learn. You think yelling at your students and laughing in their face is going to help them learn? I'm sorry, what? You think that's going to help your students actually learn something? Okay, then go ahead and go yell at adults. See if they learn anything. No. He has one smart mouth for somebody who can easily get fired. Okay, that's something I don't understand. If you like your job, then you'd actually try. I don't even understand how he's been at that school for years. How are you being this rude, this disrespectful to students? Like, I know students can be really disrespectful, but I'm never disrespectful in his class. I never talk to people while it's silent time. Whenever it's quiet time, I sit there and draw or I do my, online work. Okay? I don't understand why that's such a problem. And it's just that it gets so aggravating. Like, he doesn't understand that people can get easily overstimulated, especially because, like, I have not told anybody this, but I'm pretty sure I've got a few issues going on, and I think I do. Trust me, I understand what's going on in here. That's not normal, and that's not right, and I completely understand that. But the thing that pisses me off is the fact that he won't try and understand what was happening. Earlier today in math class, I was crying near the end of the lesson, but very quietly, of course, and I was just drawing and doing this. I don't know what screams. I have sensory issues, and I want everybody to be quiet. I was like this. I was like this, and my hand was like drawing. So I was only covering one ear, and I was crying. Of course, my face was red. And earlier that day, before I started crying and stuff, I was like, math isn't my favorite subject. And while I was crying and overstimulated, he asked me questions. He was like, well, do you like learning? And I was crying, my face was all red, and I was covering both my ears, and my elbows were on my desk, and I was shaking my head and looking at him. But you could tell I was crying. Like, I don't know what screams, be quiet and don't talk to me. And then he was like, well, maybe you should try learning. I'm like, I didn't know how to respond. Okay, I couldn't talk. When I'm overstimulated like that, it feels like there's stones in my throat. Like, I can't talk. I physically can't say, yeah, okay, or yeah, don't talk to me. I can't speak. Okay? Sorry, I'm really nervous as we're talking, so. But, I was clearly overstimulated, but I don't know, he could tell. So then he said, well, what if I said I wasn't good at math and I didn't like math? And I shrugged because I didn't know how to respond to that. I was clearly overstimulated. I did not want to be talking to anybody at that moment, and it was just 5 minutes before we could go. And he was like, great, so now you're ignoring me. I won't even try anymore. What? How? Why would you respond like that? If you notice a student is clearly plugging their ears, their face is red, and they're breathing really, really awkwardly. They don't I was hunched over at the side of my desk like this. Who sits like that? Who covers their ears and tries to blur out the sound? There was nobody else in the classroom doing that. So I don't understand why he would think it is okay to try and talk to me when I was clearly crying, when I was clearly overstimulated, when I was clearly not wanting to talk to anybody. Okay? Like, I was crying, I had my drawing things, I was putting things away. And even when I was putting my things away, I had one finger covering my ear. What kind of student covers their ears? If I'm covering my ears, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear anybody. If I was angry, I'm pretty sure I would turn away from him and ignore him. I was overstimulated. I was looking him right in the eyes when he was talking. Okay? And the fact that he said, oh, whatever, you're not even paying attention. I was acknowledging him. I was hearing him. Just because I don't say anything back, that does not mean that I am trying to ignore you. If I am clearly crying, upset, overstimulated, don't talk to me. Okay? Like, I have not talked about the counselor to this. So sorry. I have not talked to the counselor about this situation, but I probably will, because I find it so unprofessional that you would see a student covering her ears with her fingers. Her face was red and she was not breathing like everybody else. I was breathing like this. I was like it was abnormally fast, and then I took big gasps in and then shakily out. Like I was like I was grunting and crying. I don't understand. Why would you try to talk to a student who's clearly unhappy and clearly does not want to talk? Okay? I was making it pretty clear. I was looking at him and shrugging and making all kinds of movements with my shoulders to try and show that I don't want to talk to you right now. But he clearly didn't understand that. I am so frustrated. Like, I'm not trying to fire him or anything. I'm just trying to say, just because you're a boomer, you need to understand that kids nowadays have breakdowns, they have anxiety, and they have things that are not prescribed. Just because it is not diagnosed or prescribed, that doesn't mean they don't have it. Okay? I'm a normal kid, according to a lot of people. But I'm not. I know I'm not. I'm not saying I'm some demon alpha wolf. I'm saying I'm mentally unstable as heck. I cannot say cuss words on here, because obviously not. But I can't. If you saw somebody sitting like this, and their face was all red, and they're like, okay, my eyes were wide and I was crying. I don't understand how you think that would be okay to talk to a student when they looked like that. It aggravates me so much. Okay, this is rage bait at this point. Like, you see a student that's like this and they're breathing and they're shaking. Why would you try and talk to them? You need to notice that just because a student looks normal to you, it doesn't really look normal to anybody else, okay? Like, I genuinely hate my math teacher. Not because he's not good at his job. Well, he's pretty bad at his job too. Okay, he also needs to acknowledge that there's something called short attention span. And you think you can fix that with trying to make you look closer at the board and removing all distracting things from your desk. I like fidgeting. I like touching things. I like drawing. I like drawing in small spaces on my paper. You can't just expect me to just listen to your auto-tune voice for like an hour and make me write down all these notes. And he makes stupid comments as well. Like, when I was doing the test, and he allows us to have our math books out in the test, he was like, oh, I might have a page that will help you on this problem. And I said, okay. And that page didn't have anything on it. And he said, oh, well, it's too bad you didn't take any notes. That sucks for you. Excuse me? No grown teacher makes, like, this childish comment like that. Like, just because you're a bald person, that doesn't mean you're a baby. okay? You need to grow some nuts, you need to do better at your job, and you need to take care of these damn kids. It doesn't matter if it's only for an hour. Your job is to not just teach these kids. Your job is to protect. Your job is to make sure they are okay mentally and physically. Okay? Your job as a teacher is not just to teach. Nowadays, is to take care of your students. For what? How long do we have school? 8 hours a day? 4 hours? 5 hours? You are the parent. You are their parent for 5 hours. With different periods, you're going to be their parent for an hour. It doesn't matter. You're the only adult in the room. You're the only one with the responsibility in your hands. And if you want to act like that responsibility doesn't matter, you go ahead and act like a baby. See how your boss likes it. See how your boss likes it after hundreds of complaints from hundreds of different kids. It doesn't matter if you have to deal with 6 periods, 180 kids every day. It doesn't matter. Those 180 kids should be like 180 of your own kids. 180 students to take care of, take responsibility of. I know that's a lot, but it's really not. You have an hour with 30, 20 kids in one room. Okay? It's not hard when they're studying and looking at their own books, and the student right in front of you is not looking at her own book. She's looking down, she is crying, she's plugging her ears, and she's breathing unnaturally. You think that's okay? You think that's normal? I don't understand that, and I never will. It is so irresponsible, it is childish, and the comments he makes is disgusting to me. No adult man should act like that towards a child. Okay, that is a bad example for children. I'm not trying to sound like a Karen, but that teacher just pissed me off. Okay, I've never had a teacher piss me off as much as he does. Okay, I don't care if anybody from my school sees this. This is ridiculous. I don't want to sound like a damn Karen because I'm not. Okay, last year, my PE teacher, she was pretty bad. But did I care and I complained? Sometimes, but I didn't do it on YouTube. Okay? How do you go so down bad? Okay? If a student is literally on their desk, you think that's normal behavior and you want to talk to them, act like everything's normal, and then when they don't respond to you because they're nonverbal in that moment, you think they're ignoring you because they don't talk back. I was looking right at him when he said, "Oh, I guess you're not paying attention." I was giving you eye contact. I was giving you shoulder gestures. That means I am looking at you. I am hearing you. I just can't talk. It is so stupid, okay? I shouldn't have to go up to my teacher and say, "Hey, sometimes I have mental breakdowns, go nonverbal, and start crying." I should have to go to the counselor and I have only been to the counselor once because of drama, okay? And I just want to tell my teachers, you need to be aware of children that are just mentally unstable in general. Okay? I don't want to sound like I'm complaining like a Karen, in which I just did, but seriously, what kind of grown teacher that's married acts like that to little children? I just genuinely don't understand that. I was sitting right in front of him, crying my eyes out, had my hands up on my ears. It didn't look like this, it looked like this, okay? You could see they're not covering anything else. What is there under my hair? My ear. Okay? My face was red, tomato red, as if I was crying, and my eyes were swollen, and they were watery. I don't understand how you could not understand that and see that there's a student that's clearly needing help and needs to go somewhere safe and quiet. Sorry, my friend just texted me. Go away. It's just I can't get over that. I don't want to complain and I don't want to sound stupid, but it's genuinely so annoying. How do you not notice a kid that's crying and breaking down? Okay? In the most discreetly way possible. If I was a teacher and I saw a kid right in front of me behaving like that, I would just say, okay, kids, it's no longer quiet time. We're just going to stop the learning right now. We can go ahead and have free time until I'm back. You want to escort the student. You want to wait till everybody's talking, though, because otherwise they're just going to look right at the student. You want to get the student, you want to step out of the classroom, and you want to say, do you need a minute alone, or do you want to talk about it? If you want to talk about it, I can send you to the counselor, and I'm 100% okay with that. Like, it's not hard to notice somebody that's not okay and needs help. Sorry, I'm just glancing all over my desk. But it's not that hard to notice a student who needs help, and clearly, that's like seeing a kid on the floor that's dead and is like, oh, he's perfectly fine. And then the kid has to get up and say, hey, I'm dead. You probably bring me to the hospital or something. Now, then you have to do it because they told you to. I shouldn't have to tell somebody. I shouldn't have to tell him. I shouldn't have to tell him, okay? If you see me doing this and I was also rocking back and forth, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what I was doing. So, because I was overthinking a lot and it was just really stressful for me. So I was like this, and I was crying. Obviously, I can't cry right now, but my face was a lot redder. As you see, these parts and these parts and these parts of my face were turning red, like bright red. Eyes were definitely a lot more watery. I was covering my ears. My hair was over my fingers. I was bunched up like this, doing this and kind of shaking back and forth in my seat. You tell me what student does that. And again, with the leg movement, okay, my legs were shaking. They were moving, they were tapping, okay? They were doing that, okay? I don't know what screams I need to go somewhere now than that. I shouldn't have to go up to tell you, hey, I'm having a mental breakdown. You know, can I step outside? Okay? I physically, and also in that moment, I could not speak. I was nonverbal, okay? I could not talk at all. And that's a lot of things that happen when I cry. I can't talk. It feels like there's something stuck in my throat, and it's just moving deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's hurting my throat. Every time I try to speak, I feel it go deeper and deeper, and it's like it's scraping the sides of my throat. That's how it feels. And, like, I'm sorry for complaining, but that's just how I feel. Anyway, I started a new sketchbook. Also, I noticed like somebody unsubscribed, and that's totally okay, because I'm a small, very small creator, and I don't really do this for the views. I just do it for ranting, people who want to hear talking, and people who want to genuinely hear how somebody's life is going. Pretty bad if you ask me. But let's do a sketchbook review. It's not really done yet, obviously not. Okay. So this is what the front looks like. Super duper cute, I know, right? And then I'm gonna show you all my glorious drawings. This one is supposed to be like a little doll. It turned out kind of bad. Moving on to the next page. Okay. This was my cringy OC lore, or my cringy old OC. She was from a comic book I made a super duper long time ago, back in 6th grade, so whatever. Then this is her and her sister, whatever that is. Okay, I was not in the mood for drawing, I just felt like doing lore. Okay. Sadly, this drawing, I got it really wrong at the base of the dress. So this is supposed to be me if I was in Ever After High. And obviously, okay, I just fixed it. Anyway, obviously, this is how, you know, this was me if I was in Ever After High as a royal. And I really like the Gothic Lolita style. I'm a big fan of that, but That's not my style. I love cute core, and I know it's so convenient that I'm a problematic person. And I like cute core, it's so convenient. But I like cute core, kawaii core, cute gore. That's another one that I like. But I like the Gothic Lolita, but I also like another one. I forgot what it was called. It's like Gothic Lolita, but it has pink and white lace. I forgot what that was called, but I like it. So this is what I look like. Yes, I awareingly drew myself without eyebrows and eyelashes. Why? Because that's just, I know that's me. This next one is me if I was in Ever After High as a rebel. So I really brought out a lot of bad things about me. For example, I know the spikes seem so out of place, but I kind of did like a floral-y design on the black parts of the dress, and like little ribbons on the side of the dress, and I just did my hair pinned up, and again, no eyebrows, no eyelashes, because I don't have those. This is how it looks. Again, I try and keep it as realistic as possible when it comes to drawing me. I'm not sure if I can I'm not sure if I can show this on YouTube. It's Mitsuri and a bikini, and I don't think I can show that, so let's not show that. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite one. It's me, and that's my boyfriend. Sorry, I just love my boyfriend so much. I love my boyfriend. Yeah, that's my first time drawing me and my boyfriend. One thing about me that is really hard to tell, I'm really bad at drawing black hairstyles. Not afros, but dreads and stuff like that. I'm just bad at drawing it. Oh my god. Probably my mom gonna go get the pizza or something. I don't even know. This one was a quick pen sketch. It wasn't really all that, and it was just a quick thing that I had to put together. And I will admit the hair is really butt crack, but I'm not gonna fix that. She looks like a grandma with gray hair, but hey. I'm not gonna talk about that one. So this next one is another one of my boyfriend and me. Because I love my boyfriend and I love me. Actually, I don't love me. But that's me sitting in his lap. And before you say, why are you so small? Because that's just how it is. I'm just smaller than he is, okay? I'm shorter. Alright, blood? You gotta accept that, or else you gotta go. He's actually a lot more taller than I am. Because, like, I'm like 4'11". I think I'm either 4'11" or 5 foot exactly, or 5'1". But this is our thing for being 9 months together. If you didn't know, me and my boyfriend started dating on January 7th. I remember that as clear as day. So basically it was the first week of New Year's, in which I had literally wished that I was in a better relationship, and basically, like, exactly of the first week of the New Year's, my boyfriend asked me out. So that was nice. Yeah, of course I drew us together wearing pink and blue because I love pink, and TV girl reference. And then Bloodborne reference. Just kidding, it's Bloodborne drawing. It's a Vicar Amelia drawing. So I was really bad at drawing Vicar Amelia, and now I've learned lankiness and height things and all kinds of things about animals. So I drew her. She's kind of like in a bunched up position with her claws, and her little claw is holding her locket, and that is all I drew. Yes, I cannot wait to show you guys so much more stuff that I can draw later on if I ever get a chance. But yeah, this is pretty much the over video. I'm probably gonna name this video ranting about my math teacher, or just rage baiting my math teacher, or something like that. My god, my nose hurts so bad. Anyway, see you later, guys. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to say this as my outro. Good morning, good night, no, good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is or night it is. I hope you have a good morning or good night. For me, it's like in the afternoon. It's like 5, which I could really go play outside right now. So I'm gonna go play outside. Anyway, this is the fit. I actually thrifted this. I love how cute this looks. Look how cute this is. It's like so autumny. But I'm gonna wear this outside. Anyway, guys, good morning, good noon, good night, whatever, good afternoon. I hope you have a super duper good day or night. Bye bye.